beautiful ones. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I'm so grateful to be here with you today to bring through the messages that are here in the field for all of you who are viewing this video at any point in space and time. That's one of the magical things about this work that I found, is that it's relevant no matter when you listen to it. And so even though the messages will be focused on what's happening for the energy around January, whenever you listen to it, it will be relevant to you. So don't let the designated time kind of box you into anything. It's really going to be focused on the, energy in this cycle of time. But as I said, it'll be relevant no matter where you drop into space and time, because I'm really just accessing the now. And so it's relevant for you now. And for those of you who are new, I am 𝘗𝘰𝘷𝘦. I am a licensed acupuncturist, sound healer, and clairvoyant. I am going to be bringing through the messages through a remote viewing tool that I use, which is my drawings. I use them before every sessions, whether it's group or individual, and it gives me accurate information as to what is in the field for us to address in that session today. This is just a reading, so you might still feel some shifts and changes. There's always that kind of encoded in the work that I do. So you're welcome to pay attention to your body as the information is coming through, or you can just listen and see what resonates with you. And I always love to hear from you what really speaks to you. And so let me know in the comments below, send me a message, all that beautiful stuff. Before we dive in, I do want to just say that I have some really fun things happening, other offerings happening this month in January. I have a sonic acupuncture session coming up for my Double the Love Foundation's online community clinic, where you can experience the sound and vision part of that, where we go in a little bit more in depth, focusing on the energy of those who are there, or those who are there in the ethers watching on the replay, again, at any point in space and time, to help harmonize and shift the patterns that come up. So we use these tools, I use these tools to diagnose and harmonize. It's therapeutic and diagnostic at the same time. And I really love doing that work for people. One of the most common responses I get is like, I thought you were speaking just to me, and in a group of people. So it is very specific to you. And then I'm going to be doing some really fun new offering called Reflections from the Future, where we can look at a whole year ahead by looking back. This is a technique that I use to also get more information, where I go to the end of the year and look back, the end of the month and look back, and we can go play by play as to what's happening through the year. And it'll be really interactive, so you're welcome to come and ask me anything. Ask me these questions about either current global events or anything that's important to you in your personal life. So that will be a fun occurrence. So check in the description and look, if you're subscribed to my emails, you'll get emails with the dates for that for you to sign up. So here we go. Okay, I had to pause there. It took a little while for some reason, but here we are. Thank you for your patience, and away we go. So let's see what is in the field for this month. This is like kind of the feeling of, wanting to leave the past behind, but you can't. It just feels so heavy and so burdensome. And there's just such a desire to move forward, but there's just this heaviness. There's a feeling of wanting to cut ties, to start fresh, or to do something radically different, like really, I want to say take that risk, but everything within you is like really scared to take that risk. Like that fear of failure is really, really huge here. And I think, I don't know if you're this kind of person, if you're someone to make resolutions in the new year. I am not. I've never ascribed to that at all. I just feel like every day is the start of a new year. And so we have every day we have an opportunity to begin, and I think it just sets us up for failure because we put so much pressure on ourselves to reach this goal at this one point, and then we know how it goes, right? So you know what I'm saying here. So I would say take the pressure off. You have nothing to prove, and just take one thing at a time. I found in my own life, and even when I'm needling someone, the fewer needles, the bigger the impact. The more, the easier it is for that chi to travel and can affect change. And so when you're taking steps in your own life, it's just one step at a time. I'm making huge changes in my life right now as a result of a goal that I've set for myself. And what I realize is that I've been intuitively doing this naturally anyway. And it's this listening that happens, that with yourself. So for me, I'm listening to myself, and I just do one thing at a time. And what I'm finding for me, I'm changing my eating habits. Let me just tell you straight out. I started this new eating plan, and to help me with my own patterns of chronic headaches, which I've had since I'm 8 years old. And honestly, I've never really focused on that. I've just kind of managed the symptoms of all these years. But I realized that I can't get what I want in life unless I really deal with the pain that my body has. And so I started this new eating plan, and I just did one thing, and I had been intuitively leading up to this, and now I'm following an actual plan, a system, I should say, and I just did one thing. And what that did was it actually gave me more energy and vitality. And it gave me more energy and vitality to do the next thing. I didn't try to do the whole thing at once. That's going to set you up for failure. I transitioned slowly, one thing at a time, baby steps. Okay, so maybe baby steps should be the buzzword for this month. Just do one thing at a time. What do I have the energy for today? I ask myself this a lot. What do I have the energy for today? By changing the way I'm eating, I have more energy to do more things. So now I'm implementing other things as far as the way that I'm eating. And I have to say that I've been doing it now for almost 3 weeks. I've had only one headache because I added a food in there that I didn't realize was going to cause a problem. So I'm just testing things out. So you do things, I do one thing at a time, and just see how it goes. It's just a test. I'm not holding myself to anything. Okay, I'm not putting pressure on myself. I'm just experimenting and exploring this for myself and listening to my body. Okay, so I invite you to do that same thing. So many times we're so overwhelmed with what we have to do in the outer world, we're not listening to ourselves. We're not listening to ourselves. Okay, so if you listen to your body's messages, you can't go wrong. And all you can do is get better at listening, because your body will tell you unabashedly, point blank, it's a straight shooter, it never lies. But when you start having thoughts coming in that tell you other things, you know you've gotten away from the body's messages. Okay, it's very simple what the body usually has to say. And one of the things I love to do with clients is to go in there and really unpack and unwind and unravel those stories and the information that's in there to facilitate healing. Okay, so here is actually a health pattern. There's some digestive things. It's probably because I was talking about food, but no, there's people that are having some serious digestive issues. I got parasites in this picture, bloating, sluggishness, fatigue. Okay, just eating things that you know you shouldn't, but you're eating things out of habit. I mean, how many of us, or if we're going to really be honest with ourselves, will admit that we have an addiction to food? So are you doing this out of habit, or are you doing this with awareness? So just ask yourself this. Really pay attention to your thoughts. And again, listen to the body. The body's going to tell you what it needs and what it doesn't. One of the things that I used to do, and I still do, and I've done forever, I don't even know, I've done for a very long time, is when I'm going to the market, my eyes kind of scan the produce section and they land on something, or something sticks out, like it's more colorful, it catches my attention or calls to me somehow. I know that's what my body needs, right? Kind of dowsing in an energetic way. And it's the same thing if I'm hungry. I hold something and say, do I want this or this? I hold it. How does it make me feel? So you can kind of test that way. Or I think, how will I feel after I eat this? If I feel, and I'm listening to my body, not rationalizing or making, excuses for anything. If I feel that my body going, ugh, then I'm not going to eat it. Okay. But if I feel neutral, fine, expansive, light, whatever, then by all means, I'm going to eat it. It could be even fruit. It could be things that are good for you, but it might not be good for you in that moment. Okay. So just listening to the body and asking it what it needs. Play that game with yourself and see what happens. And your body really loves to engage with you. It wants to communicate with you. It's communicating with you all the time. But again, most of us live from here up. And so we're not really paying attention until it gets really bad, until you're, having something to deal with, like a pain pattern or some sort of, or something in your world goes awry, right? Like your tire, goes flat, or, things just start going wrong and glitchy in your world. I used to have water issues come up where I would have pipes break and water leaks and all of this stuff. I know at that point I have to check my own energy. Okay, so what do we have here? This is a financial pattern. Someone is coming into money. Congratulations to whoever that is. Even if that's $3, celebrate it. Maybe you're getting a refund from something you had no idea about, and it could be $3 in the mail. Celebrate that. Celebrate the universe bringing that to you. So whether it's $3 or $300,000, celebrate it. The universe is here to give you things, and I really feel that. So are you open enough to receive that? Are you open enough to receive what the universe is bringing you? Let's just feel into that for a moment. Like, feel into a huge gift coming your way, huge surprise gift, really positive gift, okay? A present, huge present coming your way. Okay, someone you haven't heard from in a long time, the universe, okay, is knocking on your door. You open the door and there's a huge gift, and it's like the very thing you wanted, you didn't even know you wanted, but you needed something really that will help you tremendously, and it arrives on your doorstep. Just take a moment and feel that feeling when you see that there's an offering there, present there for you from some secret admirer. The universe, your highest self, the creator. Yeah. Now, how do you feel? Just knowing that there's a present there, an offering for you on your doorstep, right? And then when you open it, it's the exact thing you've been desiring. It's your heart's vision coming to fruition. It's right there. How does that feel? Notice what happened to your body. Did it like constrict or did it expand? Just be honest with yourself with how you're feeling, because it might be, but this information from your body is critical. Maybe you're scared to receive it. I just realized I hadn't been sharing my screen this whole time. There we go. Sorry, guys. See, all these little glitches. That's okay. So how does that feel to receive? You really want to feel the body's messages. And this is really great information. Let's say, oh my God, I'm so excited, but I'm going to lose it, or I don't deserve it. Whatever is coming up there, it doesn't really matter. You just want to feel the discomfort, or if you don't have any discomfort, that's wonderful. Just relish in that feeling. But if you are having some dissonant feelings in there, just notice that. And you're like, oh, great, this is wonderful. This is something good for me to work through. Okay. And if you want to know how to do that, you can, message me. And these are things that I do with people and for myself as well. Okay. So we can start to clear those blocks that are in the way of you receiving this present. Okay, So here I was drawing and you weren't even seeing any of it. All is well, all is well. Okay. This one has to do with a job thing. Someone's thinking about leaving a job, making a change. But again, that fear factor is coming into play here. So before we had fear of failure. This is another type of fear. This is, you know, fear, survival fear. These are real deal fears coming up here. What's going to happen when I let go of that safety net? And again, this is where you can really use your body to give you the information that you need, right? So imagine just staying in this job, being unsatisfied, and notice what happens to your body, right? Or what kind of steps can you take in order to make these changes for yourself? So you can start to play it out in your imagination and then see how your body responds to all of these possibilities. Notice how you would feel once you leave the job. What happens to your body there? Notice how your body feels when you imagine yourself in another, you know, job that you love doing. How does that feel? Yeah, right? So you're doing a really wonderful job at really discerning your body's responses to these informational states. These are actual fields of information that are different realities, different possibilities in different realities. Okay, so the more you begin to kind of feel into these things, it helps you connect with that and bring more of that energy to you. So when I started focusing on working on my becoming pain-free, let me say it this way, immediately I attracted information that put me on this path of this new eating system, right? So, and like it's really helped. In the last 3 weeks, I've had 2 very faint headaches. Again, because I added something to the diet. So, you know, again, listen to your body. And this one has to do around travel. There will be some unexpected trips that you're going to make. See family. And needing to help out loved ones. And just really needing to step up where you didn't, you know, where you didn't really have to do that before. So you're going to be asked to like step up for those you love in ways that you didn't have to do before. So, you know, it's not your schedule's going to get upended. You know, you're going to have to change things around, but it will all work out, and you will be able to do that. So just go with it. Just go with it. Okay, this is where you're needed, and trust that this is where you're needed, and everything will work out around it. So the more you accept this, the easier it will be. The more you resist it, you just make it more difficult for yourself. And you'll be glad you did. Okay, good opportunities, new opportunities will present themselves as a result. Connections, etc. And this goes back to that financial piece that we were talking about before as well. Okay. So there we have it. Now you have the complete drawing. Usually I like to do it where you can see me drawing the whole time, but you just get to listen to me for a little while and catch up with the drawing later. And yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you see in the drawing, because everything you see is also relevant. One of the things I love to do, if you can take a screenshot of it, is rotate the drawing, because you get different information depending on how you look at it. So different perspectives there. Okay, beautiful ones, I hope you had a wonderful new year, and that your 2024 will be more amazing and more magical than you could ever believe, beyond your imagination. I would love for you to experience yourself in your purest form, in your most profound heart light, and bring your genius into the world and live a life that that is designed for you, that is calling you, and to live a life that provides you with the freedom and the love and the health and the vitality and all the things your heart could desire for yourself. And I wish that for you, and I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful month. I look forward to seeing you again for next month's messages, and check out the descriptions for this month's Sonic Acupuncture and for Reflections from the Future, where we'll go more in depth into what's happening into 2024, and where I will be here to answer your questions. Woo. Okay, I think that's all I needed to share with you. And yeah, thank you all for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself. Blessings.